Hi, I'm Gilbert Carrizales, and I am a producer of trance music. Welcome to my room/studio. This is where the magic happens. My musical influence began when I was around, as I said before, 8 years old. My mother was the one who introduced me to trance music. She bought a CD that contained several artists that still exist today. And ever since then, I've been, trance music has been my life. I started producing when I was 14, and I began DJing at the same time. Around 17 years old, I stopped DJing and I began performing live. Now that I'm doing that, it's a bit different because getting into the scene was really hard as a DJ because nowadays everyone is trying to be a DJ. And it's a bit of a cliche thing for club owners, for promoters, those kinds of people that will try to bring in new things. The one thing that really helped me in the first place was me being a producer of music. So when I came out and I actually started performing my music live, that's definitely what intrigued promoters, intrigued some of the audiences, and that definitely helped me get into the scene. Usually the way I start off making music, it really all starts, this is usually with every artist, but it starts with an idea, whether it's inspired by whatever you believe in, a particular thought, a feeling, an emotion. It starts with that, and afterwards, for example, when I start making a track, I first like to come up with the main melody, and that pretty much consists of like the story of the track. For example, I can either start messing around with an instrument, I'll come up with or I'll try to figure out a melody that sounds intriguing to me, and a melody that pretty much I think that will be worth something, that will be worth making in the future. So usually I come up with a melody, something to that sort. If it fits a good bass line, if it has good construction, good creativity, I'll start making the percussion. And once I have good percussion, I have to make sure that the bass drum, that the percussion fits with the bass line. And from there, that's when I continue making the track. Once I get up to a certain point, my music usually consists of 3 parts. It consists of, or it's the first breakdown, which is pretty much introduces the idea. I have a verse melody, which pretty much gives the idea of the actual melody. It goes into a main hang time, which pretty much where everything's pretty much gone. The percussion is gone, except for like maybe a string and a low bass, and that's when I bring out the main melody, which is the story of the track, and that's pretty much how I finish it off. I bring everything back in all together, and I finish it off slowly, and it slowly dies out until the song is over. And that's pretty much how it works. Sometimes I'll tweak instruments, whether it can be effects such as like this, for example. I like to give a lot of my instruments what is called the flanger effect, and that pretty much, when I'm messing around with a track, I can just play something. Whatever I think sounds nice and whatever I think is worth continuing. Once that's done, then when I feel the track is completed, that's when I go ahead and start promoting it. So there you go. In terms of software, I use Cubase and Ableton Live to produce music. I believe that they're one of the best programs out there to use. Once I get a notebook from Mac. I really want to get Logic Pro. But right now, Keybase does a really good job with producing music, and I'm probably gonna stick with this for a couple more years to come. It's been getting me out there. I have several releases. In fact, I have right now. I just released a track. It's a remix track from an original artist his name is Slim Colt, and I remixed that track. And the ironic thing was that when it got released, my remix got track of the month, and his original track didn't. And it was played by Steven Liquid, who owns the label Time Fusion Records, and he played it on his radio station. He's been playing it for a while now, ever since he released it. It's a good release. A lot of people are starting to like it. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on trackitdown.net. You can find it on Beatport. You can even find it on iTunes. So it's just some of the best out of the many sites that track is on. So aside from my music, I love to do quite a few things actually. I'm a very big sports fan. I play basketball. I dance actually. Speaking of which, in college, I'm actually a part of the Northwood Feast of Breakdancers. It's an organization over at my school, and we go dancing to places. We've performed at several schools. We go over to UTSA and we have fun, or we dance or battle with their crew. So aside from my own music, I'm actually living a pretty good life. I definitely want to get my education. That's the one thing that I want. I think every artist or any person who's trying to make it big in the DJ world or the musician world, they should have something to fall back on. And I think getting their education, that's definitely the best thing to do as far as fallback. But yeah.
So what do you categorize as far as religion?
What am I categorized as far as religion goes? Well, I don't think I'm really. Well, you see, the thing is, I don't really believe in religion or God. In fact, if you can label me as as far as in any of those categories, I think I'm labeled as a humanist, and it's really tough to explain in detail because it's quite a long explanation. But if you go on my Facebook and you look under my religious views, it says humanist, and if you click that, it'll tell you pretty much what our perspectives are, what our beliefs are. We still believe in love. We still believe in friendship. We still believe in the vastness of beauty in nature, the universe, all that good stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that.
Speaking of love, are you in love right now?
Am I in love right now? Are you asking me if I have a love life?
Possibly.
Currently, no. I used to, back in high school. That's a long story. But I have been in love, yes. But currently, right now, no. I'm still keeping my eyes open, like everyone else, just waiting for that special someone to come around. And I guess Brian make the light a little bit brighter, I guess. Kind of a cliche saying, but yeah.
So a lot of people are actually curious. How tall are you?
How tall am I? I don't really know. I think, and I'm pretty sure, the last time I had a checkup, I believe I was measured as 5'4", 5 feet and 4 inches. And yes, I know for my age, being 21, that is quite short. But hey, if anyone out there knows me personally and they know the way I talk, they've seen the way I act, that will pretty much just explain I guess that the way I talk will pretty much just give it away that I'm mature, I'm older. There you go. I guess I could put it to you that way. It's just my maturity level will give off the hint that I'm kind of old, but my height will. Because I've had people that think that when they first see me I'm 16 or I'm 15, 17. Yeah, I know. But again, my dream will always until I actually reach it. It's still going to be the next trance icon. Keep inspiring people to leave a huge legacy. And again, that's what I have in the future. That's what I have to look forward to in the future.